Welcome back, folks. It's MTG Joe here, and we are going to be doing a fun one today. Kind of got the deck idea from Legend VD. Put out the list, Channel Fireball retweeted it. But it's the weekend. Let's have some fun. Hop in the play queue. Try to do some jank. This is a velomachus, lorehold, Dragon's Approach deck. So we're playing the card Dragon's Approach, where you can play any number of them. It's a three mana, 3 damage to opponent, and then you can have any number in your deck. If there's basically 5 in your graveyard, you can search for a dragon, and then we have the lorehold dragon, which when it attacks, you can look at the top 7 cards of your library and cast an instant or sorcery equal to or less than its power for free. So basically what we're trying to do is loot copies of Dragon's Approach into our graveyard, so Thrill of Possibilities, Thrilling Discovery, Merchant of the Veil. Cast Dragon's Approach, basically, ideally, maybe even on turn 3, turn 4, and then you get velomachus out of your deck. It attacks. You can use Return of the Wild Speaker, so this version I'm doing Naya. It's one of the better hits. You can do this and draw a bunch of cards. From there, you can cast more copies of Dragon's Approach. The mana base, like I'm using Pathways just to be able to hit this if we want. You don't need to play Pathways. You don't need to play Return of the Wild Speaker. You can play like Lorehold Command, whatever instants or sorceries you kind of want. Another Merchant of the Veil. So there's options there. So let's see how this goes. This might be more of a meme, but we'll do on the weekend because it's closing in on the end of the month. We'll do some like more spiky stuff. Try to get that top 1200 slot all done. We'll be jamming a bunch of historic. But I've been dying to craft this dragon, and I think this is the perfect deck to kind of have some fun with it. So we'll jump into this. As always, if you do enjoy the content, if you can, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It goes a long way to helping out the channel. It's free, by the way, so greatly appreciate if you can. But we'll jump into this. This hand, although we have 2 tap lands, so as long as the opponent doesn't mill our dragons, it's fine. I'm just going to keep this on top. They're likely going to mill, so we have 1 Dragon's Approach in the yard right now. Opponent. They know what's going on, apparently. They were just going to fuel us. So that game, if we hit another untapped land, we may have been able to turn 3 dragon, which would have been cool. Playing Nefariel's Disc. The Fibblethip emoji. I'm actually going to mulligan this hand. You kind of want, I think... so I'm going to put the dragon back. You want copies of like throwing stuff in the graveyard as opposed to just like casting these for hard cast value. So we'll dump one of these. Next turn what we'll do is we'll cast Thrill of Possibility, discard a Dragon's Approach, draw 2. Them having a big enough flyer could be a problem. So there's 2 copies in the yard. Alright. We burn in face. Casting Merchant there doesn't really do much because its activated ability costs so much. All seed. Don't really want to draw that. Alright. Next turn we're unleashing the dragon. We wanted this to like refill our hand. Ooh, Runeforge deck. Cool, cool, cool. So with the Rune Forges, this is basically 0 mana that they could equip. So they're hitting me for 5. So the problem here is they're gaining more life than I'll be able to deal damage. We need a Wild Speaker to hit. That just kind of invalidated all my past turns. But we'll do the thing. What we got? Kind of annoying we didn't hit a red source there. I'm going to play this out as green. Depending on what they do, we can try to block this turn. If they kill it, I can... Well, they had it. One thing I was considering was Storm's Wrath. That might be something we want to try. We did the dragon thing. The problem is, like, so in Historic you can get Time Warp, so take a bunch of turns. Here I was taking a look. There's not really a huge amount of good 1 and 2 mana spells. Can keep this. Death Touch Tribal. Yeah, I think we might just go red-white. Try to get some interaction going, because they're going to kill us with poison. Yeah, we're putting in Storm's Wrath. I need a sweeper. We're just dead next turn. Alright, this deck's real memey. Let's put in Storm's Wrath. Okay, oh, wrong deck. So, get rid of these. Get rid of these, play basics. Get rid of these. What's the command do? Indestructible, 3 damage. Sacrifice permanent. Then draw 2 cards. Probably just go up another merchant. Alright. Dragon's Approach Part 2. Let's see how this one goes. Like I said, this deck's not going to be tier 1 by any stretch of the imagination. There is a historic version. It's more combo-y. And you can take all the turns, so that's something we will play. But with this version here, it's more about just having fun. Seeing what kind of silly things we can do. So not a great hand. Like I said, I don't like keeping without kind of a discard effect. We saw in that other game when we were just hard casting them, they were quite slow. Some sort of H-craft deck, which is cool. Well, looks like we are on the cast Dragon's approach line. Another land would be good. Storm's Wrath their board. Come on. One land, we sweep their board and we're in a great spot. We have to multiply. Like, if we hit that land with the Storm's Wrath, we're in a great spot. Then we just keep hitting the Dragon's Approach. I'm wondering if we try that lorehold self-mill. Okay, we'll keep this end. Discard on 1, discard on 2. We're in a nice spot. Until we play out our first card, it looks like we're on Winota. So discard 2. Actually short red mana is a little awkward. If they gain a lot of life, we're in trouble. So we have 4 copies. I can thrill, try to hit a land. I think at this point we're actually just casting these because I want to keep their life total under a certain amount so when I attack in, they don't get the huge buff. Because they're getting 2 here and then whatever they play for the turn. That keeps them in Storm's Wrath range as well. I guess that's a cleric. And it adds 4 toughness. Go Dragoon! They have Heartless Act. Could you not have Heartless Act? I think we're just going face here. Like, they can play a land, sack this, kill this. I just want to get more copies in the yard. Hager's Mauling. Trying that's not great. Her mana's been really awkward this game. One, two, three, so I can merchant a copy, cast Dragon's Approach. Name. Okay, activate only as a sorcery is good. They're back up to 22 already. Alright, 3 to the face. Oh, do I not have enough? Ah, shit. We're dead. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Needed a turn there. Okay, let's try with the mill. The merchants aren't that great. Mill a card. If a land was milled, otherwise deals 1 damage to each opponent. Let's try these and... Oh. Need to stop editing the wrong deck. We're gonna win this game. We'll win a game with this. Mill. Gonna go higher on red. And I think we trim... Go like that. Dragons will fly. Dragons will rise. That sounds fine. We can start gassing up. Here... I think we... just pass the turn. I think what I'm going to do is thrilling on this because I want to discard 2 with this. They're just a ramp deck of some sorts. Yeah, because next turn when we thrilling discovery, it's more value. This is a little bit iffier because we can mill our own dragons. Wow. Somehow ran out of dragons approaches. This might be another rune deck. Is everybody on runes today in Best of 1? We're in a better spot because we have the Storm's Wrath now. Do this. We will find you. There we go. 1, 2, 3. It's probably gonna be a Storm's Wrath turn just before this gets indestructible. Okay, to keep it alive. Somewhat tempos us out. So if we get a flip, I can... It says Death Touch, so if it gains flying, it's a pain. They're also hitting 6 a turn. Always gets flying, always gets Death Touch. Dodge lifelink or vigilance, it's good. I think we go thrilling here just because these aren't doing too much. I'd rather try to naturally draw into more. Storm's Wrath isn't bad because if they keep this on defense and they want to trade, I can do that. We have... Why are we running into all these decks that make like huge flying nonsense? Here we're... pretty close to being out of lorehold commands. Triggers on end step, so 1, 2. Yeah, we're gonna be a little short. If I draw dragon, it could work. Nope, not anymore, because naturally they hit vigilance, because why not? They have both the pumps. This deck might not be good. Is there any way to like heavier mill yourself? Because the thing is you can't just blindly mill, because then you run into your dragons. But at the same time you can't just rely solely. Like we might need something like maybe Jeskai, go Gravenlore. Okay, that sounds good. Opponent's gonna play entire trap card. So we just need to make sure they don't mill our dragons. Okay, one dragon milled. Storm's Wrath wouldn't be too bad. Okay, how many is that? 1, 2, 3. Don't care too much if they counter this. I think I would rather try to hit a land here. What I am worried about is just counter spells, so we might have to try to bait out with the Storm's Wrath first. No dragon. Have to imagine if they're on mono blue that their hand's just all counters, but we're 22 cards and they haven't hit. No dragon. Okay, so we have the right play. Or we have the responsible play. I think we have to do this turn. Tell me they have miscast. play that out. If they have a land, it works. Okay, no dragon. They might have like another unsummon. I'm actually gonna decline here because I don't care about the life and I'd rather just keep cards in my deck. The story's rough. So I can burn them for 8 here. Crab into crab hurts. If we hit a land, I'm still 1 point short. We're dead here. Haha, opponent. We actually had lethal if it wasn't for this. Actually, I don't think we have lethal because we're short. Stop it, opponent. Ah, we're just dead. Mill 2 off that, assuming they have a land. Land kills us. Alright, well, it's got a cool idea to it, but it's just a bit underwhelming. I think there are shells you can build this to be a lot more competitive, but obviously us trying to cheat us in that early does have a bit. This is probably the best version, just going like this. Kind of just streamlining this. I don't know if we want. Might be better just as merchants, just kind of going back to that. You know what, let's try one more like that with merchant. We will try to get a win under our belt. We've come close. We've run into other very random decks. Whole lot of runes. I don't understand why we're getting so many runes today. I think this hand's fine. Okay, I said hello. Drawing Dragon isn't great here. This could be like, is it tempo? Them having counter spells is a bit awkward. Giants. Okay. Storm's Wrath actually might not be too bad if they play out the Bone Crusher Giant here. Especially if these can gain flying. Yeah, we're gonna do this now. Rather not deal with these. Okay, you hit me for 5. Dracarys. I actually don't think I mind this. Because like it clears out that. Are we... Nah, let's just burn. I came here to smork. We have one in the graveyard. So if we draw a land, we're good next turn. Otherwise, we're gonna be behind. I need a land or a way to like mill. One time. Nope. Alright, we can't catch a break with this. Alright. If you have the cards, try it out. It's kind of a fun, if you're doing your dailies, stuff like that. Don't craft cards for this. The dragon is cool though. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope to catch you next time, and we take it easy.